Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV and I'm joined by Natalie from the Barmy Army. How you doing, Natalie?
Oh, Barmy Army! I can't wait for Friday.
Come on, calm down. You know, I don't want to hear Man United songs. Obviously, guys, we're here to preview the game between United and City. Massive game on Friday night. It's an unusual one. Is it on the telly on Friday night now?
Yeah, BT2, I think. BT2 or 1.
Yeah, so it's a big game. And it's unusual to have it, I think, on a Friday night, but it's a big game, Manchester Derby. And we're here to talk about that. We're recording this on Wednesday evening, and
That's me. Sorry,
a little bit down because Arsenal have done the usual thing. They rolled over against a big club and got totally tickled. And Chelsea, pulling away again at the top of the table. But we'll talk about that in a bit and see if it's if we can still, any of us can still win it. I've got to start now. Pains me to say this, Natalie. Pains me to talk about Reading. United had this good home record. I don't want people to think Reading, I've never heard of them, they're no good. Reading are a decent side. They drew with City earlier in the season. They're a top 6 side regularly, 5th, 6th in the table. They're a good side. What happened? Because you went out and got beat by Reading at home.
Didn't turn up, didn't want it. I think it's, I won't say arrogance, but it's just, when you go out there and you think, it's Reading. And I think that's what they thought. It's Reading. We've got this. I think they started so well. Casey even said, could have been 3-0 up by half-time, but this is our problem. Ella Toon hit the post. I think Press had a few chances. I just think it's too... Everyone's thought in that game, everyone thought of themselves, let me go out and get a goal. Let me go and do this. Let me do that. A lot of these teams are, international breaks coming up. Let me impress this, or let me, instead of, there's no I in team, we knew that we had to win, and I don't know whether they thought, well, we've lost to Chelsea already, Chelsea this, and, and I remember listening to Siobhan Chamberlain on the show, the match of the day kind of women's show after, and she sort of said, I don't know if Katie will be happy or upset. And I thought, no, mate, I'm more upset because we talk about Chelsea, they dropped points to Brighton. And I was saying with Emma, I don't know if you know Emma, and, she's got her own City podcast.
Yeah,
but Emma Sean, Meredith Sean, yeah. And I was saying, I think we can go, I was saying, if we beat Reading and then we go into City, all this. And if we had beaten Reading, we would have been 3 points ahead. Imagine. And I just think it's an opportunity lost. For me, I think that was the chance. That was the chance to put the title back in our hands.
Absolutely.
I think it has been in our hands. I think it has been. You can't deny. We've been sitting top of that league since God knows. And I think we lost to Chelsea. Fair enough. They're a great side. But that was the chance. That was it going back in our hands. And
considering Chelsea lost to Brighton, that was a chance to go on. I think was it level with Chelsea then?
No, we would have got 3 points clear.
Yeah, but they'd have had a game in hand, wouldn't they? So
you never know, though. You never know.
Absolutely, you never know. But it basically you're almost neck and neck, and it would have. There was more pressure on City going into the derby because City have to win. They have to get the win to narrow the gap to you guys. Now, it might be that they don't need to get that win, but with Chelsea keep winning, because we've got to play Chelsea yet this season. Chelsea got a couple of other games that could. They could drop a couple of points and get a draw, something like that. But yeah, it was. You got obviously you're disappointed that your girls didn't show when the title was. It's not on the line yet, but it was a huge opportunity there to take to try and grab hold of that with one hand. I've got to ask you about Tobin Heath because she's out injured now. Do you think you missed her a lot? How much are you missing her?
Oh, the Chelsea game, I think that would have changed with her in it. Reading, no chance. Tobin would have sat there with them lot doing that, acting like, big, really big balls, thinking that they're this and that. she would have dragged those girls over the line, definitely against Reading. Chelsea going 1-1 and then conceding like that, I don't know. You know, she might have had more influence in the first half. She's a massive, massive player. Anyone's going to miss her. You know, I compare it to, look at Vardy in the men's side, right, for Leicester. They've massively missed him, and he's only just come back, and, you know, they still struggled at Wolves, didn't get any points. So, you know, and another player I think we've missed who's going to come back probably sooner than her, but I think we have missed her a lot, Alessia Russo. She was on, like, fine form, banging in goals. You know, games like Brighton, she scored a goal, assisted a goal. West Ham away, 2 goals and then making an assist. These are the players, man. And, you know, everyone's had injuries. Look at Arsenal. They're just injury central, you know. City have had their big injuries. So I think with Tobin, definitely. I mean, Leslie's been out for a while, but with Tobin, definitely, that's a massive injury miss for us. Massive. With Leslie as well. Short on midfielders because there's no Lucy Stan. It's tough. I mean, for us, the international break's coming at a great time because I think after that we'll have players back.
Yeah, obviously we're going to lose some our American players, I think, for the She Believes Cup, so that's tough for us. But hopefully some of them will be around this week, this Friday. Obviously we've got this new girl, Abby Dalkemper. We've got Rose Lavelle. Hopefully Sam Lewis. I think for me anyway, I know you're going to disagree. You probably have 5 United players ahead of her as the best player in the league, but for me, head and shoulders above other players.
No. I think Sam is good. I think Sam is one of the best midfielders, you know, in the league, easily. Rose, I don't know what's going on with that. And Abby, I've only seen her 1 game, don't know much about her.
Games. But I don't know. But so I'm hopeful that they'll be around this weekend, this Friday. But obviously it's a big game. It's a massive game, as it always is, and as it always should be. Do you think the loser of the derby on Friday, if there is a loser, is out of the title hunt, or still got a chance? Will you still have a chance after we beat you on Friday?
Yeah, you ain't beating us. Come on, man. But no, I think, definitely. I think the fact that Chelsea lost to Brighton, the fact that we lost to Reading, the fact that, you know, City have dropped points to practically every man and a dog before the Christmas. You know, I just think there's big teams. We sort of said, didn't we? Chelsea have got to play Everton. Chelsea have got to play Reading. We've got to play West Ham. I know, like, they're not doing that great, but we've got to go to Bristol. Bristol are doing great. We've luckily played Everton. But, you know, everyone can drop points. Obviously, like you said, you've got to play Chelsea. So that could be, if, you know, pick up points. We could pick up points that weekend on both of you, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, we've got to play Arsenal. Someone could pick up points there. No, they're not doing that great. But, you know, everyone's going to be wishing for Arsenal to win that one, isn't it? You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They won't. I'll tell you now. I'll tell you now, they won't, because...
For me, I know she said it, but I was saying, no, we're going to win it. And I've said it from the start, we're going to win it, yeah? And then we were sitting top, and then everyone was like, oh, actually. But that Reading game is really, that's the one that's, boom, the title was back in our hands, now it's back out of our hands.
Yeah.
So for me, no one ever even expected us to finish third, yeah? People thought it would be City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and, you know, the fact that we've come in and we've sat top, and we sat top for most of the league, really, you know? You don't just do that by accident. It's not freak. It's not luck for sitting top of the league for months and months and months. You know, it's not luck.
You played an extra game, Natalie. You played an extra game over Chelsea. That's not all the reason. No. Yeah, let's get it out. Look, the thing is, it's a quick one. It's a cheeky one. I reckon Arsenal come the summer, especially if they don't qualify for the Champions League, which looks extremely difficult for them to do so. 7 points behind City, 9 behind United, and is it 12 behind Chelsea? So it looks unlikely, and I can see some of their players going. Are there any Arsenal players that you want, that you grab and, you know, drive them up the M6 yourself up to Manchester? Well, to the Sports Village.
Okay. Obviously, Miedemar, innit? But for me, in a way, with her, she's very, I don't think she fit into our style. She's a quality striker, hands up, but I think Casey likes a striker who moves more. But I'd still take her, you know? But number one, Leah Williamson, always. I mean, there was talk that a contract's up. They're trying to make us sign a new deal. Is the agent just pushing for more money? But she's now looking at it. Eh?
She's coming up north this summer.
Casey's a big. She loves Casey. So it's written in the stars, mate.
I've heard a little rumour that she's coming up to Manchester.
Yeah, mate.
Coming
Red.
to Manchester. But,
yeah, red.
Some people are saying who's she going to. Sorry.
Manchester's red.
No. You guys play in Lee. You play about
Manchester's red, mate.
You play about 15 miles outside of Manchester. There's only one team plays in Manchester. There's only one team plays in Manchester. You play at Lee Sports Village. So you can see it as many times as you like.
Watches what we do. Yeah, we're a little baby team watching what we're doing. Yeah, don't worry.
You play at Lee Sports Village. Don't worry about that. So you would take Leah Williamson and Vivian Miedemar.
I would take Miedemar because you can't look at the goal. You got to hold your hands up and say, "Whoa!" But the way that we play, I don't know if Casey would just because Casey likes a high press. She likes the players to move. She likes the players to, and when you play against her, it is just static from her a bit. She can hit a ball. She can do this. She's always in the right positions. But our high pressing game, I don't think she fits into it, but you still take her because you got to look at them goals and say, well.
I mean, personally, I'd take Van der Donk. Simply for the chant. Simply, it's one of the best chants going. Simply for the chant, I'll get Van der Donk. I'm not going to sing it because I don't really know it. And she's not here, so she's not one of ours. I'm not going to sing a chant for somebody else. I think the final question is, Nat. I'll get a score prediction out of you, and let's see if you're going to stick to what you told me off air.
No, right. I'll tell you what I told you off air, but then I'll go for my score. I will. If you gave me now a 0-0, I'll take it. Of course I would. I don't know what anyone wouldn't. Of course you would. You're playing away from home. It's a derby. You want to stay ahead of City. I'd take it. We've just come off a defeat. You got to do it. But I'm going to go 3-2 Man United.
Are you going to score 3 goals?
90th minute.
No, I can't see you scoring 3 goals. You're certainly not a Chelsea that can score lots of goals against us. I just think that's really tough. Having said that, we drew 2-2 in the reverse fixture, and you guys were 2-0 down, and you come back to get that one. And I remember chatting with you afterwards. You could and probably should have scored a 3rd goal. Was it Demi saved it on the line? I can't remember now. Who saved it on the line?
Yeah. It was.
Big up, Demi. Get well soon, Demi. I know she's out injured. She'll be back soon. Come on, Demi. We miss you.
Well, that's the thing, Ray. Your mentality. Like, for example, Chelsea, it went 1-1. Chelsea came back. But you guys were winning that 2-0. So a lot of people saying, we should have been... And listen, if we start the same way, and you go... I think you will go up like 5. But people were saying we should be 5, we should be this, we should have killed it. But you didn't, and we came back.
Yeah.
Then our mentality.
I give you credit because that first half, you were, you weren't even second in that first half. You were that. We were that good. I think we were that good that we made you look bad that first half, and then you come back in the second half, and you got at the end of the day a well-deserved point out of that. But for me, I can't see that 5 goals. The only way I see 5 goals is if we beat you 4-1. But I don't think that's going to happen either. I reckon it's going to be a tight affair. I'll go 2-1 to City. I can't see us keeping you out. I think you're probably a little bit too good for us to get a clean sheet. And I've got to obviously go with City 2-1. I don't want a 0-0 draw. It's very rare that I want to go somewhere and get a draw. I have to admit, when we played Liverpool at the weekend in the men's game, I'd have taken a 0-0 draw, but we're well ahead in the table anyway. So, but for this game, 2-1 City, and whichever way it goes, I think the title will go down to the wire. I think there's got to be some more twists and turns. We're just past halfway in the season, and Chelsea are good. Let's not deny it, but. They're going to have to. I think they're going to have to win almost every single game for the remainder of the season, because I think you guys will win almost every game, and we'll do the same. It's going to be a tight finish.
Hopefully. It makes me nervous. I think, and I think I wouldn't have been nervous if we'd, even if we had got to come back 2-2 or 1-1. I think the performance that I saw was just. It wasn't Man United. It wasn't Man United.
Yeah.
So now they have to show what Man United is.
Yeah. But it'll be great. Friday night football, sit there with a pizza and whatever and watch the game. And no Hofmeister for you, yeah. No cheap stuff for you, Natalie. No cheap stuff for you. So yeah, I think it'd be a good game. I know everybody's going to be glued to that game, even your Chelsea Arsenal fans. And I know neither of us watched the Chelsea Arsenal game, but I can see their fans watching what goes on in Manchester to see what a proper derby is like. Good old game between the two.
And the one thing I don't want to see. I don't want to see hugging. I just don't want to see it. Just like what Keno said, just don't hug each other, man. It's a derby. Come on.
It's gonna happen. The American players will be hugging before the game.
Man.
I don't mind it behind the scenes. Don't do it in front of us.
Do what you want.
Don't do it in front of us.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's it. I love my players. They can do what they want, but come on, I'm watching. Have a bit of
because come Friday, your fans will hate us and we'll hate you in a nice way, but we'll hate you, and then afterwards we'll talk about it and it'll be all right. And I want the players to be the same, not hate, but just to mean it, to be focused. Yeah, I don't like this. Like you said, this pally stuff before the game, or in sometimes you see in the men's game, people swapping shirts at halftime. Come on, what's all that? I'll tell you what, in the women's game, if they're swapping shirts at halftime, that might burn the crowds in. But I want a mean game because you're obviously our big rivals, and we want to beat you. I don't want any nice stuff. I want fair stuff, but I don't want nice. I don't want them to be overly nice to you guys because we hate you. And I'm sure the feeling is mutual. Yeah. Matt, thanks a lot for coming on tonight. And I'm sure we'll catch up before the end of the season. I've got to say a big congratulations before I disappear, because a couple of weeks ago, what happened a couple of weeks ago? You can tell everybody.
I don't even know. I think I made it onto the National Council for the FSA. Yeah. Football Supporters Association. So it's good to be representing the women's network, boosting the game.
Natalie, I always said that big mouth of yours will get you somewhere one day, and it's done it. You're there. Well done, Nat. Well done. I've got to say massive congrats to you. I'm trying to think who else is on there. Was it Jude is
Maurice Hill, Maurice King, I think. Maurice King, yeah. And Sean Wallace. I
know you all. See, I'm such honoured company with the three of you. I'll say a massive congrats to the three of you. In case the other two see this and come and jump me sometime saying you didn't say congrats to us, just Natalie. But thanks a lot for coming on, Natalie, and I'm sure, as I said, we'll speak again sometime later on this season.
Definitely.